Oh man, Halloween, my favorite holiday of the year. Falling crunchy leaves, spooks and scares, even weirder and cool decor like these cool little blood hands. There's just a vibe about Halloween that cannot be beat. Even cooler, there are many Halloween events going on right now across multiple games. I wonder how Dead by Daylight's Halloween event is doing. Whoa. Are you ready for the most intense esports experience you have had all year? Are you ready for gen rushing? Are you ready for tunneling? Are you ready for 3 to 4 slowdown? Are you ready for facing the cream of the crop, the tip of the top? Hey, whoa. I'm gonna stop you there. Wait, what? Listen, I think if it's gonna be like that, I'm just gonna play other Halloween events this year in other games. But I'm the ASIM horror game. Halloween is like my whole shtick. Yeah, well, you should have thought about that before you brought up the whole esports sweat thing, huh? Yeah, I guess so. You should probably, like, go dry off or something. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I meant, like right now. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. DVD players. Just can't read the room, can they? Hello everyone and welcome to another Dead by Daylight commentary video here on the channel. And the new but basically rehashed Halloween event is here, Haunted by Daylight, as they have been calling it. As I said in the intro, Dead by Daylight's whole thing is kind of being Halloween themed all year with its iconic horror characters and dreary vibe. So how is the actual Halloween event in the Halloween themed game? Well, I can't say I'm too impressed. So let's get into it. Honestly, the Halloween event itself, in terms of strictly what you do, is pretty fun. Running around mindlessly smashing pumpkins, getting haste or hindered, pretty fun. Really emulates the whole trick-or-treat kind of thing, right? Going into the void was pretty fun because there was ghosts there that would like hang there all creepy like, and if they spotted me, they come running at me, and then they hit me, they're hindered. Like, I really like that. It was a cool use of the ghosts in the void zone. I also like how there's the orange top now. I thought it was weird that they changed it at first, but now I'm seeing how it provides some contrast, makes it a little bit easier to see. I like that. I think the actual like vibe and atmosphere of the event is very, very cool and very, very neat. I think it's not so obtrusive that it feels like you're playing a completely different game, but it's enough that makes you feel like, oh, this is special, this is neat. I want to preface this real quick before we get into this next part. On my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/TheMrHeadache, I had a pretty big charity tournament for the Anxiety and Depression Association of America on Saturday, and one of the milestones for that is if we raised enough money, I would have to play Survivor for a full week. So anytime I'm on DBD, I'm not playing Killer this week. So no Xenomorph coming through this week, so I had to experience the event on the Survivor side today. And shoo-wee, I will tell you, I have not had a first day on an event, any event, that has been just quite as miserable as this one. I had 3 to 4 actually average games that were challenging but still fun, and the rest were really pulling teeth to find any sort of enjoyment in them at all. And here's why. Every single game that I played, besides the 3 or 4 that I mentioned at least, were the sweatiest games I have ever played as Survivor on an event. I'm talking every killer was bringing 3 to 4 slowdown, playing the top 5 characters. It was constant blight ghoul, and it was tunneling, it was slugging, it was exhausting every single game. Like I don't mind that every once in a while I'm going to run into somebody who has not touched grass in a while, who is going to be playing like it's a win streak in the event mode, right? Is it kind of corny because it's the event mode and the win streak Discord doesn't even count it? Yeah, but some people like to do that. They like to do win streaks in the events. You do you, whatever. But when it's every single game and I basically only have one break for one match an hour, it's kind of rough. It's kind of frustrating. And it's funny too, because speaking of the win streak thing, I actually went in and checked for some of the people that I was facing that actually streamed and see like, okay, maybe they're doing one of those win streaks. And it was like, nope, they weren't even win streaking. There was a ghoul in particular that I thought was really funny that I faced that was running quad slowdown, was coming back to it constantly, tunneling people off hook, and ended the game at 5 gens. And in the end game chat was just like, GG, well played everybody. Good luck on the next one. Just like completely just like no self-awareness that they were doing this in the event mode, where most people are just like, I don't know, I just want to smash this 50 pumpkins so I can get the Auric cells for like the 4 shirts we got this year. That's all. I think historically, I have been one of the people that in the Dead by Daylight community, whenever it comes to the conversation of should we have a casual mode and should we have a ranked mode, usually I are on the side of being open to having a casual and ranked mode in DBD because realistically, it's probably a net positive. Are there going to be people that stay in the casual mode and still sweat? Absolutely. But there are also going to be people that want to sweat and only have the one mode that are going to leave and only exclusively exist in the ranked mode, meaning that there's going to be a net positive there because those people are just going to mostly hang out in the ranked mode to have the prestige of grinding ranked. However, if we're looking at how this is actually playing out in the actual Dead by Daylight currently, the closest thing that we actually have to a casual mode is the event modes that come through sometimes, specifically the holiday event mode, since those really don't have any sort of way you can really game them. They're usually just so wacky that there's not really a lot of cohesion to the way that you can play them. Like the objective mostly of holiday events is silly snowman stuff, the Halloween, obviously, go around kicking pumpkins. Like, those are the most silly, zany modes that we get all year. And if these kind of games were any indicator of how a casual mode would actually go, then our potential for a real casual mode would definitely be filled with people taking advantage of the more casual nature of the mode and extorting easier wins and making everybody miserable overall. And now this isn't even a Survivor thing because I've mostly been talking from the Survivor perspective, which is kind of weird. Usually it's the other way around. But yeah, but totally talking mostly from the Survivor perspective. But from what you guys have told me in the friend streams that I have watched, it's happening on the other side too, especially considering the whole gen crystal thing where they can set a crystal on a gen and get it working by itself. I even got some massive value out of this today, and it was really funny. There was this doctor that was hanging around this central gen that they were trying to defend an Ormond Lake mine, and it was fairly close. So him defending it was the right play, and he was doing a really good job. But I just got one of those crystals, chucked it on it, and got it done. And he walked right up to it right as it finished. It just blew up in his face. And it just like finished in his face, and he just stood there for half a second, just like, oh my God. It was so funny. But it was also really sad because it's just like, I was starting to put the dots together that I was like, okay, well, if I was in a 3 or 4 man and we were all sweating and we were all doing that, like, I can see why a lot of players are playing that way, huh? And this all realistically ties back into the last full commentary video I did about Krasue, that being the Krasue effect in specific, that when a lot of unhealthy factors are introduced to the game out of nowhere, no matter which side benefits, everybody kind of ups the ante and escalates the situation to a point in which everybody's not having fun and everybody starts becoming miserable overall. I don't know what caused it with the Halloween event, considering it's not even been 24 hours. Did killers hear that the auto fog crystals were going to be awful, so to get out ahead of things, they preemptively brought 4 slowdown into their matches? Did they run into 3 or 4 mans gen rushing and abusing the crystals, and then they switched as a result? I don't know. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Does it really matter? What more matters is how it is affecting us, which is making the games more frustrating and miserable overall. I don't know. I think it's just really sad because it's one of our infrequent chances in the year to have a more casual mode, to have a more casual experience in Dead by Daylight, and it's just immediately ruined because everybody is going so hard at the same time. Hi guys, Editing Brain here. I neglected to mention during this video that when one of my matches, I literally faced a killer that did absolutely nothing but prevent people from playing the event. It was so frustrating, but also kind of funny, I can't lie. There was a Ghostface that was sitting in the void where you go to dispense your little void juice stuff that you gather up throughout the game, and was just sitting there camping it, waiting to double tap you with the little ghost projectile and then M1. You're also undetectable in there as the killer, so there's no way for the survivors to know you're just hiding in there. So every time somebody in the match would go to dispense their little void juice, he'd just come out, insta down them, hook them, and just stay there. Like, he literally did, like, he only got like a 2K. He didn't win the match. He didn't come out until the very end of the game. Like, his whole deal, his whole spiel, his whole motivation was to actively prevent people from enjoying the new content in the new event mode. It was wild. This is the kind of people we're dealing with. Anyways, yeah, I just forgot to mention that, and that was just so wild today. So yeah, go ahead, Normal Brand. Also, not to mention, this patch introduced a ton of bugs. Again, every character that has a Mori that alters the face, that'd be like Xeno, Houndmaster, Singularity. There's a visual bug where that appears on your face even if you're not dead, which is really scary depending on which character it is. Houndmaster also has a bug that I saw on Twitter that was really funny, that you can see the hitbox of Snug in the game, which is interesting. Twins has a bug where you can lower your FPS to like 15 FPS and basically make them completely unplayable. There was a special bug that whenever you went to spectate a fellow survivor after you've been sacrificed or escaped in the game, that they would just be invisible when you would go to spectate them. Not to mention, once again, that the amount of rewards have been reduced from last year. There are less survivor shirts, there are less candy weapons. I don't know why this is the case. As I keep pointing out through this video, Dead by Daylight has a Halloween vibe the whole year round, meaning that realistically DBD should be having the best and most bombastic Halloween event out of any of the other games that are out there in the multiplayer sphere that are doing Halloween events right now, because it's Halloween for us all the time. We're already experiencing scary, atmospheric, cool stuff based off of amazing horror IPs and amazing original creations all the time. DBD should realistically be taking the cake here, but every other Halloween event I see in a different game is beating ours by a vast margin, and it makes me sad. We're the horror-themed Halloween game, and we aren't getting the good stuff, but other games that are completely unrelated are. I'm seeing a bunch of the Yautja from Predator running around in COD. Give me that. Give me that. Jason's in there. The coveted Friday the 13th chapter, Jason's in there. Fortnite's got Scooby-Doo going on, and we have less shirts than last year and less candy weapons than last year, and basically the same event from last year. Wow. I think realistically behavior should be impressing us with the Halloween event, especially considering that 2025 has been already a heck of a year that has not been very enjoyable, full of a lot of controversies and general and very stark degradation of game quality and health. But here's the thing. They kind of can't, because tinfoil hat theory that has not really tinfoil hat theory, it has a lot of things to suggest that it is accurate. We have an emergency health update on the way for our health update. The main reason, I have a funky feeling that a lot of the stuff in the game lately, especially when it comes to new releases, has been not very well tested, not very well received, and generally very like buggy or unhealthy for the game period, is because we've been trying to do this whole Operation Health update, which should be a good thing, but for some reason, I guess just because, you know, behavior things go burr, the health update has made the game more unhealthy, and they've had to spend a lot of time on the health update, even though it didn't quite work the way they wanted, which took them away from polishing the quality of the other things that have been coming out. And I have a funky feeling that this emergency Operation Health update that they're doing for their Operation Health update is also taking them away for the ability to maybe put out something really superb and awesome for the Halloween 2025 event. But once again, like the previous Operation Health update, if it doesn't actually end up helping the game that much, and like with the previous one, ends up making things more unhealthy, more buggy overall, then we kind of just got a not so great lackluster Halloween 2025 for basically no reason. And that's kind of a bummer. Man, Dead by Daylight is having a time right now. I'm not going to assign any sort of adjectives to that, but I'm sure you can fill in the blanks. What's for certain is that, man, this game is going through right now, and it's fun to watch it happen in live time. This is also a good enough time to mention that I have a alt channel, Headache Plays, where I play a whole lot of other games. I've been uploading my Phasmophobia playthroughs there recently. I recently just got the Farmhouse badge in that game, which is a fun challenge, so that's over there. You can see like a whole lot of other cool stuff on there, like the AVP games. I know a lot of you guys obviously here are AVP fans. I've been going through those lately, played the 2010 one, played the 2001, which is like abandonware now, which is kind of interesting. So that's there, because DBD is kind of not it at the moment, so I've been playing a lot of other stuff, so go check that out. Well, not really a positive note to end on, but that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. How is your Haunted by Daylight 2025 experience treating you? Are you underwhelmed like I am? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, because that's how I know I'm doing a good job on the back end. And hopefully this video made your day a little bit better today. If it didn't, I'll try to make your day better in the next video. And if I don't see you in the next video, you know that thing I always say, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.